Hello and welcome to today's July 19th daily news report, as well as ongoing stimulus check package information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now so I can keep you up to date on what's going on in Washington, D.C., what's going on in the U.S. economy, money, investing, and much, much more. All right, now, hey, I want to give a big shout out to the Howard family that I met from Georgia. My wife and I took the kids to a small town here in Utah, and they recognized us, and it was so nice to meet you. If you ever see me in public, please feel free to say hello. What you won't want to do is text with somebody in my chat below that's pretending to be me. I would never ask you to text me about money, taxes, anything. Those are scammers. Also, remember that Casey and I are giving away over $3,000 in prizes and cash. 12 of you are going to win one of these amazing hats, and 12 of you are going to win $250 in cash that you can do whatever you want with. So I'll make sure to leave a link below. All right, now I read hundreds of your comments from last week where I shared that the government is considering doing a $500 credit to help you with the rising cost of gas at the gas pump. Many of you said that it was too low and was in fact insulting. And I just want to say that I agree with you. Even though I cover it in the news, it doesn't mean that I agree with it. I also felt it was low and somewhat insulting. Now, things are heating up this week in Washington, D.C., as Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer calls for a cloture proceeding today in order to legally carry out a vote this coming Wednesday. Now, cloture is when government leaders call for the end of debate in order to hold a vote. So whether something's ready or not, they call for cloture. And it's over. Now, I would think it would be called closure, right? Like I need closure, but it's called cloture. And that is going to be happening this week. Now, Republicans say Schumer is intentionally setting this vote up to fail because he's so anxious about getting to the $3.5 trillion social infrastructure bill. Now, according to Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, this is supposed to be a bipartisan bill for physical infrastructure. He says on TV, Democrats act like they are working with us and the White House, but in reality, nothing is in writing and there is no bill yet. Senator Cassidy said, "I just don't know how you have a cloture vote when you don't have a bill ready, when you don't have the pay-fors established." So essentially, Senator Cassidy is saying, this isn't ready. Why are you telling the public that this is ready? Why are you going on and doing interviews saying that you're working with us when behind closed doors you're not? Now, Senator Cassidy was asked if the looming $3.5 trillion social infrastructure Democrat-only bill would affect his vote on the $1.2 trillion American Jobs Plan, and he said that it would not. He said he looks forward to having this portion done and that it will benefit Americans from both parties. He then said that Democrats will have to work through their own $3.5 trillion spending bill. So Cassidy is saying that just let Democrats duke it out. He trusts that they will come up with the best bill, and that it will basically, it's their government, right? So to allow them to do what they want. Now, I share this with you because before July 4th, we had two deals done. Then President Biden said he wanted them done at the same time. Now, most are realizing that they can't be done at the same time, and that the American Jobs Plan does need to be done ASAP. So this is likely why Senator Schumer is pushing so aggressively to have a cloture vote this week. Now, it's within the American Families Plan that we expect to see all of the different stimulus programs. We have an idea of what those programs are. It's also where we could see a possible fourth stimulus check for $2,000. Now, up to this point, I haven't seen anybody come down off of that $2,000 stimulus check number. but they might, right? Could be 600, 1,200, 1,400. We've seen lots of different numbers, but as of right now, nobody has said anything outside of the $2,000 stimulus check number. So this week, we will see the American Jobs Plan in writing and voted on. We should also see this week the American Families Plan in writing and have an idea of when that will be voted on. Now, according to Democrats that gave an Axios News interview, all of this can be done this week, no problem. So they're very confident that this can all be done and wrapped up this week. Now, as someone who's been reporting on this for over a year now, I'm not holding my breath. I'm not saying that these guys are wrong, but I'm also not holding my breath. But this is what's in the news, so this is what I'm sharing with my community, okay? Now, if the bill is in writing this week, we'll know about all the different stimulus programs. We'll know about the Medicare expansion, either age expansion or benefit expansion. We'll also know about the fourth stimulus check and the number that they want to attach to it. So a lot's going to be happening this very week. By the way, I just want to say thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. I really appreciate it, and I love bringing my community the news. All right, now, according to a new survey done by the Washington Examiner, 88% of Americans believe inflation is going to get worse under President Biden. The survey showed that both Republicans and Democrats were equally a part of the survey. So regardless of your voting preferences, you are likely feeling uneasy about the rising costs of goods and services, according to this survey. An additional survey from Sky Nova showed that 61% of Americans believe inflation will have hurtful consequences to the elderly, young people, and lower income individuals. The middle class will feel the pain, but will survive it, and the wealthy likely won't take much notice to the rising costs of goods and services. Now, I know that many in my community fall into this demographic, right, of feeling that pain. And so that's why I'm trying to bring you guys the most up-to-date information so that you have that. You can make life decisions based on up-to-date information. Now, the areas of the U.S. economy that are being hit the hardest are car rentals that are up 87% nationwide. Used car prices are up 45% nationwide. Gas prices are up 45% nationwide. I thought it was interesting that the cost of cars and gas were both up the same exact amount, 45%. Laundry machines are up 29%. Airfare is up 24%. Hotels are up 17%. And rent for a place to live on average nationwide is up 2.3%. This list goes on and on and on, but I want to be respectful of your time. It seems that the price of just about everything has gone up, and services and food have gone up the most. I mean, I didn't realize that it was 87% more expensive to rent a car. Ouch. All right, now, over the weekend, I paid $3.79 for a gallon of gas. I'm curious to know what are you paying where you live? This same gas station, diesel, was $4.11 a gallon. So diesel is becoming very expensive. Now, the reason I share that with you is food, goods, services, so much is linked to the fuel industry. And so to have diesel $4.11 is going to make the price of everything go up. So I don't know what diesel is costing in your neck of the woods, but that's what it was this weekend where I live. Now, President Biden has pushed back on inflation in a comment from the White House today, saying that every expert he knows says these higher prices are temporary. Now, I'm hoping that President Biden is right and that the price of stuff comes back down for your sake, for my sake, for everyone's sake. But he is saying, hey, hold tight, folks. Things are going to get better. This is all temporary. But right now, we can all feel it, right, in our wallets. Now, when asked if the government should print another $4.5 trillion while inflation is high, Biden said yes, because this is all temporary. So he thinks it's okay to print more money because the rising costs is only temporary, while others say if you print more, things are going to get more expensive. Now, Senator Schumer said these two bills will be just fine because they strengthen the middle class. Representative Jayapal said Democrats are winning and will win for the American people. If we didn't have this president and control of the House of Representatives and control of the Senate, none of this would be happening. Now, Senator John Thune came back on her and said Democrats need to start talking to their people, meaning their voters, and not just to each other, because it's the people that have to deal with the rising costs and inflation. It's the people that will vote to decide who controls the government in 2023, and we believe that the Democrats are going to overdo it. So essentially, Senator Thune is saying he believes Democrats are only talking to each other and not to their voters or the people. The people are already hurting from inflation, and things will get worse, and so that will indicate who they will vote for in the future. Now, each party believes that they are superior and that they can do better for the people. So that's why I try to give a balance of what each party is saying. Now, Senator Chris Murphy, a Democrat, said, "This is a unique historic moment that none of us will ever find ourselves in again. And if we don't deliver real results to the American people in a tangible way that they can feel, then our democracy is likely at risk." So he's basically saying if we don't push through this $4.5 trillion, then American democracy is at risk, and that this is the last chance to help the American people. So you do what you want with those comments, but this is what both sides are saying. I don't know that Thune is exactly right. I don't know that Murphy is exactly right. Now, several Democrat leaders said over the weekend that every Democrat should be calling the money that comes out this year Biden bucks, so it can sink into American minds that Biden is the reason you are getting all this free money. Now, one lawmaker even suggested that every check to parents should say in a red box, "Money courtesy of President Biden." Okay. Also, if another stimulus check goes out, they want courtesy of President Biden on there. Now, one Republican pointed out that Democrats lost their mind when Trump wanted to have his signature on stimulus checks. Now Democrats want Biden bucks or courtesy of President Biden on each check. Boy, isn't politics fun, right? All right, now Democrat lawmakers are proposing a small tax on every transaction when a stock is sold, not just taxation on when you sell and have a profit, but every time you move money in the stock market. The new proposal is coming from big names such as Representative Maxine Waters of California and Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont. Both say that those that invest are rich and we need to tax them. Sanders says we can use this new tax to send kids to college for free. So basically anybody, middle class, regardless of income level or political belief, he believes that every transaction should have some kind of tax so that kids can go to college for free. Now, many firms and economists on Wall Street say that this is one more attempt at the government trying to take a piece of everyone's pie. One analyst from SIMFA said this tax, though small, would hurt the middle class. Over someone's investing lifetime, it would add up to over $36,000 in additional tax. Another analyst said that this would actually hurt school and government workers' pension plans. It would give government workers less pension and income at retirement, but the federal government would have more control and more tax revenue. That would be the trade-off. Now, I'd be curious to know from my community if it feels that the government is trying to tax us on every little thing they can, or is this a smart money move by the federal government? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. All right, now for months now, the Biden administration has been telling us the U.S. is dealing with Russian hackers. However, today they announced it's actually China hacking many U.S.-controlled systems, including the big hack that happened at Microsoft. The stock market has been on a downward trend for the last 2 weeks. However, with the Surgeon General suggesting mask mandates again, closures, and kids being forced to wear masks to attend school, the stock market has been spooked and dropped even more. Many investors are worried they will be caught in another March 2020 stock drop, so they are cautiously pulling out of the stock market, which is causing stocks to go down in value. However, everything is not crashing. Electric vehicle stocks are moved down over the last 2 weeks, saw a nice increase today, as well as pharmaceutical companies. Crypto is struggling to bounce back, though many experts say as the stock market drops, we could see a big resurgence in Ethereum and Bitcoin. This will come from the stock market going down and the US dollar losing value. Now, you know that fear is involved in the stock market when oil is at its highest per barrel and oil stocks are going down. The two should be going up at the same time, but that's not what we're seeing. So that's how you know that this is being driven by fear and not based on companies' profitability or the value of the stock. Now, I want to tell people in my community that have watched my stock videos in the past that I have what the stock market calls diamond hands, right? I'm still holding my Energy Transfer. I'm still holding my Plains All-American Pipeline. I'm still holding my Xpeng motor. These are 3 videos that I put out. I believe that these stocks will bounce back, and I'm actually planning to buy more of them while they're at such a great discount. Now, most of this sell-off, again, is based on fear and not based on company profitability or future forecasts. All right, now this week, we should see some bills in writing. We should see some voting happening in Washington, D.C. But either way, I will be here each day to keep you in the loop on what's going on in Washington, D.C., the U.S. economy, the stock market, money, and much, much more. This is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Before you go, make sure to sign up for that giveaway that Casey and I are doing with over $3,000 in cash and prizes. We know that there are many still struggling in the community, and this is our way of giving back some extra spending cash. Before you go, I want to remind you that you are amazing. I really appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.